How effective is your story? Is it live enough so that you can grab the audience to the edge of their seats? Is it sincere enough so that they would love to buy it? Is it emotional enough so that the audience will start living with it? Have you got answers for this? Now, what we are trying to discuss today is to make this improved. Now, storytelling, my friends, has a lot of value when it comes to your communication, whether it's a presentation, whether it's a story, whether it's a speech, whether it's any kind of a communication. When you have stories, there's a lot of value, and the memorability of your message will always be at a higher place. The simple reason is mankind has started off listening to stories, and they grew up listening to stories, and even today they're listening to stories. So, how can we make this story an effective one? Today, we are going to share with you three things that you can work to make your story effective. The first one is to make it live. Now, how can you make your story live? For that, I have a tool called NDE, Narrative, Dialogue, Explanation. What do you mean by this? Let me put it to you as an example. It was a tough time in my life. Everything which worked for me was going against me. I try but fail. So one day, one evening, I was sitting in the veranda looking at a distant tree, and there was a branch which was swaying up and down, just like my life. And the sun was setting in the background, just like the things that I'm trying, setting all the time, not rising up. And that's when my father walked up to me and asked this, "Son, what's the problem? Why are you so worried?" And then I said, everything that I'm trying right now is not working for me. No one is calling for me. I don't know what to do to get out of this. And then he said, "Son, the journey you took will not be the journey that you'll be taking. And if you're doing the same things that you did in the previous journey, you will never be able to be successful in the journey that you'll be taking. So you need to change the game." Then I asked from my father, "What do you mean by that?" And then he said, "Son, try to do different things, right? If you're staying in the same set of things that you've been doing, which work for you, you will not get results in the journey to go, because the time has got changed, the people have changed, the technology has changed. So you need to try new things." And then I said, "Okay, I think I have to work with you." So I started working with my father. And every time when I was trying to make a change, he said, "Come on, we'll do something different. We'll do something different." Because difference makes the difference and give you different results. And if you do the same thing, you will get the same results. So, ladies and gentlemen, today it has worked for me. Every time when I'm taking a new chapter, I make a difference. And difference pays off. So if you take a look at that story, my friends, I had a narrative at the beginning which described about my situation, the position that I was in. I was doing bad, and then I was sitting in the veranda looking towards a tree, and my father coming in. All these things were the narrative which describes my story. And then all of a sudden I bring in a dialogue with my father and myself. And what happens there? It becomes a drama, so that the people would love to listen to it. And then again at the end, I describe or I explain the lesson that I learned. Narrative to describe the story, dialogue to make it dramatized, and an explanation to bring the message out will make your story live. Try it out. The second thing that I would like to share with you to make it sincere is be a part of the problem and find the solution with the support of another. Never try to be the hero of your own story, because the audience, they don't like to know who you are and what you are, but they would love to know how you took the journey to make yourself, how you took the journey to build yourself, which builds who you are and what you are. So in that, the obstacles, the problems you faced is what gonna make the audience interested about you. And when you be a part of the problem, the audience would find, okay, that he was a part of the problem and he has found a solution with the support of another. We have the same problems, so that your buying factor of your story will always increase. So next time, don't try to be the hero of your own story. Always be a part of the problem and find the solution with the support of another party. And that's when the buying factor increases. The third thing which I would like to share with you is to make it emotional, have relatable examples. Now, if we are speaking to an Asian audience, they are more connected with the family. And when you bring in family related examples, the emotions will always be aroused. And if you're speaking to a Western audience, the way that they're thinking about the family matters and the rest of the things might be different to the Asians. So you need to have a relatable set of examples there. And that's when the emotions can be aroused, because emotions will definitely keep the audience, stick to your story. Have emotions through relatable examples. So these are the three things that I would like to share with you to make it live, to make your story live. Have narrative, dialogue, and explanation. And to make it sincere, always be a part of the problem and find the solution with the support of another, but never try to be the hero of your own story. And to make it emotional, always have relatable examples and touching examples to send your message across. Use these three and make your story much more effective.